Good morning, distinguished guests, Professor E. Gusti Nura Wairocana, Professor Wayan P. Vindya from the University of Udayana, and all other distinguished participants and colleagues and friends. It is with great pleasure that I join you today to open this discussion forum, which is in fact the 5th discussion forum that we, the Human Rights Resource Center, is conducting about this study, Keeping the Faith, a study about freedom of thought, conscience and religion in ASEAN. We are very pleased and happy to be partnering with our partner Udayana University to hold this forum today and to be able to facilitate what we hope will be a fruitful debate about how we can safeguard and protect the right of freedom of thought, conscience and religion during a process of decentralization. And we are very pleased that we have the foremost expert in Balinese customary law here to discuss with us how local law can impact and also ensure that religious minorities, religious groups are able to express their religions and their freedom of thought, conscience and religion freely. So we, the Human Rights Resource Center, just to give you a little bit of background, we are a not-for-profit academic research center, and our headquarters are at the University of Indonesia in Depok. We have a partnership network which spans 7 out of 10 countries in ASEAN. As you all already know, I'm sure, ASEAN is a 10-member state organization and comprises 660 million people living throughout Southeast Asia. And of course we are very proud and happy that our home, the headquarters of our center is here in Indonesia. We think this study focuses on a regional concern that has become a focus of importance both for government and civil society in ASEAN. That is the relationship between protecting and promoting freedom of thought, conscience and religion, and preventing persecution and violent conflicts of religious groups. A key feature of the study has been to consider this relationship in light of the constitutions of each of the countries in ASEAN and state regulation of this right. We took as our inspiration Article 22 of the ASEAN Human Rights Declaration, which was signed and agreed by all 10 member states in 2012. Article 22 of that declaration says that the governments commit to eliminate all forms of intolerance, discrimination, and incitement of hatred based on religious beliefs. And we think this is a very noble goal to be pursuing in a complex and diverse region. This year in ASEAN, Malaysia is the chair, and this is the final year before ASEAN is meant to become an integrated community of nation states. Malaysia has called for moderation, pluralism and tolerance amongst religious groups, particularly given the threats of violent extremism that are posed to the region with the rise of Islamic State in the Middle East. Dato Saifuddin Abdullah of the Global Movement of Moderates has said that moderation as one of ASEAN's core values can play an important role in addressing conflicts and finding solutions to issues concerning regional peace and security. Today, especially with the growing concern on racial and religious extremism in the region and the intensified need to fight violent extremism on the international front, more people are now looking for moderation as the answer. And I think here in Bali, we have many examples of peacefulness and moderation, and I'm looking forward very much to learning from the good professor how local practices encourage and foster this understanding of tolerance and peace. We will also be discussing this morning, my colleague will be discussing the situations in Malaysia and Laos PDR, and this is particularly because these countries have similar issues or comparable issues to understanding decentralization. What happens when local government starts to regulate these concerns? And we hope that this will prove a fruitful comparison for the situation here in Indonesia. Southeast Asia for several decades has maintained that one of its strengths as a region is the maintenance of international peace and security amongst the member states. And maintaining this strength will likely take more cooperation and greater efforts from all the countries as we move forward to face new and important challenges to ensure peacefulness and tolerance amongst our communities. So I wish to thank you all very much for joining us for this discussion today, which we hope will be active and lively. We strongly encourage audience members to participate also. And I look forward to listening to the different views and to sharing with you the experiences we have. Thank you very much.